Welcome to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. Hey, today is, I don't know, is it Columbus Day or is it Indigenous People Day or is it, I don't know what day it is, but is it Discovering America Day or is it, I'm just confused because I'm an American Day? That probably sounds more like it. Anyway, today is October 11th, 2021. And look, if you like the show, hit the share button, hit the like button, let people know you're watching it. Come on, this is good stuff. You also can comment live during the show on YouTube and Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. So feel free to leave a comment. Let me know you're watching the show. Don't forget to like the show. And also don't forget to like the Money Chat Now page. And also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Of course, Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday by going to investorschooling.com. You will be able to learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. And hey, we're even going to teach you how to buy houses with absolutely no money out of your pocket. You want to learn that? Come see us. All right. Today we're going to be discussing the market update. We're going to be talking about booster shots and their approval process. We're going to be talking about Southwest Airlines. Ooh. We're going to be talking about oil prices and stocks, and we're going to be talking about the epic Apple screwing. Oh, I couldn't resist reading that wrong. And of course, earnings season and the wrap-up show. All right, let's start with the Dow. What the heck happened today? I mean, there was a point where the Dow was up 250 points, and it ended up down 250 points. I hate these days. They're so confusing, and all they do is totally mess me up. It's unbelievable. Like, look at this. You know, the Dow's down 250 points, the S&P is down 30 points, and the Nasdaq is down 93 points. Now, look, hey, we're having a really weird time right now. Now, here's what's going on, and here's what I think is affecting this. The bond market was closed today, and of course, the bonds were up actually right before the market, or when the market ended. They're up over 1.5%. So the problem with that is whenever they're up over 1.5%, for whatever reason, it spooks the tech stocks. So that's why the Nasdaq dropped today, and it just spooks the tech stocks. So right now the bond market is 1.612, and it's probably going to go up again, and it's going to be kind of scary for us again in the market. So just keep it in mind as the bond market rises, the tech stocks seem to lower. I also think the bond market's going to probably, most likely going to be somewhere where it's going to be 1.75 to 2 on a regular basis now, maybe even 2.25, and that will start to settle and things will start to be okay. You know, we always talked about the fact that the stock market's probably not going to go up much higher from here, probably in the future, probably go down from here. But still, just keep in mind that that's basically what's happening. So let's talk a little bit about booster shots. Of course, millions of Americans will become one step closer to receiving a COVID-19 booster shot. By the way, do you have to have the original shot in order to get the booster shot? So anyway, the FDA is meeting this Thursday and on Friday as well to debate extra doses of the Moderna and the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The FDA vaccines and Regulated Biological Products Advisory Committee meetings come less than a month after U.S. regulators authorized COVID booster shots of Pfizer and BioNTech's vaccine to a wide array of Americans, including the elderly, adults with underlying medical conditions, and those who work in high-risk settings like, check it out, healthcare and grocery stores. Whatever. Members of an independent committee by the FDA and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said that this time they're frustrated that only Pfizer recipients would be eligible to get extra shots, leaving out millions of Americans who got Moderna or J&J shots. So basically, Pfizer's are allowed to do it, and of course, Moderna and J&J are not allowed to do it. I mean, look, it's real simple. It's simply not fair that if one company can benefit, that only one company can benefit financially. Let's make sure that all the players are making their fair share of profits from this scandemic. Let's spread the wealth to J&J and Moderna too. So let's talk about what that means for J&J and Moderna. I believe it's good news for the stock. I already jumped into J&J last week when it went below 160, and I believe that when the news hits that the booster shot gets approval, the stock will temporarily pop, making it a great stock option play. So if it was down today, and I haven't looked, my apologies, but if it's down today, I might suggest to get in. Let's talk a little bit about Southwest Airlines. So last week we talked about how companies from CVS Health to Tyson Foods to Walmart have adopted the vaccine mandates for workers, and they're super excited about it. Most of the employees are in compliance because of the fear of losing their job. There are some other industries like healthcare and airlines, and they also are mandating it, but they're having their employees walk off the job or allowing themselves to get terminated because they don't want the shot. This is interesting. Of course, the Supreme Leader Joe Biden has focused on vaccine mandates amid the surge of the Democrat variant, as I have discussed in this show. Last month, the Supreme Leader also ordered all federal workers and contractors to be vaccinated and called for private employers with 100 or more workers to require employees to be vaccinated or tested weekly. And by the way, in case you didn't know, that's why I call him the Supreme Leader, because he's saying, hey, you have a company that has 100 more employees? I am demanding that you have your employees vaccinated, whether they want to or not, and whether you believe it or not. It's too bad. If they work in America, they must be vaccinated, because I am the Supreme Leader. Okay, anyway, Southwest and the air traffic controllers are starting to stand their ground on this issue, and their protests may actually do some good. Although Southwest denies it, many believe the strikes and calling out sick is because the employees are protesting the mandate to get vaccinated. Southwest claims it's mostly because they are short-staffed. Frankly, who would want to work on an airplane with annoyed and grouchy people who are forced to wear masks anyway? And this is all about the Supreme Leader Biden's failure to actually lead. If this dumbass would drop the mask mandate and drop the vaccine mandate, the country could and would be able to get back to normal again. But don't forget that Pelosi always says, you have to take advantage of a good disaster for progress. Okay, Nancy, have you taken advantage enough yet? Can the rest of us live now? Ugh. As far as Southwest Airlines go, this is going to be a problem for them. Southwest was the airline that had fun with their customers and was always open to the public. In other words, they would tell what was going on. And now they're not. The flight crew and staff were always, or at least appeared to be, happy. All airlines, at this point, all airline employees are getting their morale beat down, and soon they are all going to protest. Of course, this is going to damage their stock, at least temporarily, but it may boost American and Delta Airlines stock as well. So you may want to go into American. I think American's a good play. So let's talk a little bit about oil and oil stocks. U.S. crude rose more than 2% early Monday to a 7-year high of $81.50. So we're back to the Obama prices for oil, bringing its climb since the end of last October to more than 120%. If sustained, it'll be the first time U.S. oil benchmark closed above $80 a barrel since October 2014. Yeah, that's nice. Now, some are betting that a worldwide shortage of natural gas and other fuels needed to power homes and businesses will spill into the oil market. With power prices in Europe surging, U.S. natural gas futures on October 5th hit nearly a 13-year high at 6.31 a million British thermal units, bringing their advance for the year to almost 150%. So they actually 150% increase. Wow. Despite a recent retreat, prices could even shoot higher, and cold temperatures could be coming months as increased demand. Listen, if you're one of the so-called 80 million people who voted for President Braindead, I hope you have taken out an equity loan to cover your heating costs this year, because it's being predicted that prices to heat your home are going to be the worst ever in record. And hey, look, if you can afford it, it's cool. But then again, you got Nancy Pelosi, who is going to take advantage of it, and she's going to buy some oil stocks. If we only as a country could produce oil, oh wait, we were doing that a year ago. Somehow it stopped. I don't remember how. Oil stocks are the play here, folks, by the way. They're going to rock and continue to rock. I predict that Oxy is going to hit the 50s within 6 months, and this is going to be a great play. Also looking at some of the oil stocks like Halliburton and Exxon as well, I think Halliburton looks like it could hit 40 easily. Exxon doesn't have as much more room to move, but it will definitely move if you want to play it as well. All right, let's do this. Let's take a break, and we'll see you back when we get back.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start. Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and so far we've been discussing the market update, or the market down date, I guess. I don't know. The market's down 250 points. The Dow's down 250 points. Yuck. The S&P is down 30, and the NASDAQ is down 93 points. That's horrible. We've been talking about the fact that, J&J and Moderna want to share in the profits by getting their booster shot approved. We talked about the fact that Southwest is protesting the vaccine, although the people at Southwest aren't admitting it, but I'm sure that's pretty much what's going to happen. We also talked about oil prices and stocks, and by the way, Tommy, who's watching on Facebook, he said, water heating bills going up, natural gas futures being blamed, thanks President Braindead. I'm so glad that that's working, President Braindead. I made that up, so I'm so glad other people are adopting it and using it. All right. Also, we'll be talking in a couple of minutes. We'll be talking about Apple screwing Epic. We'll be talking about earnings season, the wrap-up. So let's talk a little bit about Apple and what's going on. Looks like my report on Apple being forced to allow apps to sell other services inside of paid-for apps was premature. The case of Epic Games and Apple continues. The case goes something like this. Epic Games has several games that they are trying to sell to their existing customers from links within their game app, which was sold on the Apple Store, so on the Apple App Store. So basically what happens is Apple forces the game maker and any other product seller to pay Apple a 30% fee for all items sold within the current app by forcing them to purchase it through the App Store. Well, Epic won a partial victory about 3 weeks ago in court, but Apple has asked for a stay and filed an appeal. Look, I got to be honest with you. I'm a capitalist through and through, but this is one of those places that I feel is definitely an unfair practice. We will see how it ends up, but Apple stock moved up today on the news, and then it kind of fell back down a little bit, whatever. But I will report more about it as the details come out. This may be a case that goes on for years, so I wouldn't bet on either stock to win or lose. And in the end, it simply won't matter anyway. Apple is too big to even notice this small piece of revenue decline, even if Epic wins. And Epic, at this point, is the only company that's really fighting it, and they don't have the support to win. So we kind of need other people to fight it if they really wanted to win. They need to get other people involved, or it's just not going to happen anyway. All right. Let's talk about earnings season. Yay! Earnings season kicks off tomorrow. Oh. So I still think it's going to be a big win for certain sectors. I think banking is going to do well with the fact that many people are getting into debt more this year. Yeah, I know. People say, hey, getting into debt's not a good thing, but it is for the banks, especially if they're making their payments. So because the banks are making their payment, the people are making their payments to the bank, it's actually pretty good. Also, mortgages were at an all-time high this year, with many people refinancing and buying new homes, and it really doesn't matter that the rates are rising, it's fine. With the house of prices also increasing, the mortgage amount was also increasing, meaning the interest charge as represented in dollars is higher, so the projected amount is going to be better too, so it's all really good. I actually think social media is going to take a hit, and Facebook's going to become one of its victims. Actually, I think Facebook's going to become its own victim. I think Facebook is actually digging its own grave slowly. I'll be honest with you. I like Facebook. I like to go there. I'm actually done. I don't even bother making comments or talking about the things I want, because in order to be on Facebook, you basically have to not be allowed to say what's on your mind. So why you even ask me, Facebook? And also, Facebook was in the news a lot with the Wall Street Journal's Facebook files. And of course, it caused it to drop 15% from its highs. And right now, it's right around 330-ish. And I believe Facebook stock will climb with earnings, but after earnings, it may be a different story. I could even see Facebook dropping below 300 after earnings. Twitter, Snap, and Pinterest are all mysteries to me. Like I said before, I still don't even understand how they work. I don't even know how to use them. Twitter, I noticed something new on Twitter recently that I could actually follow the feed now. I don't know, whatever. Retail may take a hit as the inventory problem continues, and the big box stores also may take a hit for this reason as well. Supply chain issues and higher costs will also be a problem. And just the thought of feeling like going into a mall and finding new inventory will of course be among the reasons why that many stay home and do not shop. All right, let's do this. Of course, oil stocks may also be positive as well. And Halliburton are some of my plays here. All right, let's do this real quick. Let's take a break and we'll come back. Investor schooling needs a new slogan.
Investor schooling? Never heard of.
Investor schooling?
Never heard of.
Investor schooling? Never heard of them.
Any suggestions? Phil?
Investor schooling. We never heard of you either.
Investor Schooling. We never heard of you either. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
Investor schooling. Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling? Those guys are everywhere.
Investor schooling?
Those guys are everywhere.
Investor Schooling. Those guys are everywhere. Register for a free class at investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and we've been talking about this terrible market today. I don't know what happened. It was up 250 points. Now it's down 250 points. Like I said, I hate days like that. The S&P is down 30 points. The NASDAQ is down 93 points. We've been talking about the fact that J&J and Moderna are also going to have their shot approved by the end of the week because, hey, it's all about the money. Don't forget that. We talked about the fact that Southwest is canceling flights, and they're canceling flights because we believe the employees are protesting the vaccine mandates. And of course, they're protesting after forcing people how to wear masks. Stop it already. With this idiot in the White House, just stop it already. Let people go back to life. Annoying people, damn it. We talked about the fact that oil prices are going up because of President Brain Dead once again. And of course, the stocks are going to be good stocks because that's what Biden invests in. He invests in oil. All right, we also talked about the fact that Apple and Epic are still in their battle to not allow Apple to charge inside their app store. And we talked about the fact that it's earnings season. So as we said before, earnings season starts tomorrow. I'm a little concerned that the bond market was closed today for whatever holiday it was. Again, I don't know what holiday it was. It was something, I don't know. It was, I don't know, whatever. The bonds are moving up fast, and it's a little scary. And it could definitely be problematic for stocks, especially for tech stocks. Apple was up most of the day today, and it was as high as 2.5 points up at one point, and then it did kind of finish down. It was like, ugh. So Hood was holding in a holding pattern all week. I still like this play, but I wouldn't be surprised if it goes below 40 before it goes into the 50s. Look, Bitcoin is moving up, and it's moving up nicely on its way back to 60,000. Of course, Ethereum is still hovering about 35, and everybody tells I'm saying it wrong because I call it Dogecoin, which is probably what it's supposed to be, but since everybody else calls it Dogecoin, it's still around 25, so whatever. I also like airline stock, especially AAL and DAL. I also want to see if Southwest falls more. If it does, it will be a great play if we can get, and I'd like to see it go below 42. If it goes below 42, it's an awesome play. So jump all over it. CCL and RCL are still plays into next year. Of course, as I mentioned, Robinhood and Coin are also going to move higher as the crypto market moves higher because the crypto market is on fire right now, and we're going to see what happens. Look, if you've been watching this show, we've been giving you great stock market tips, and if we also received some feedback that many have made money with them. Hey, look, do me a favor, put a comment up and let me know that you made any money or that you are paying attention to some of these stock tips and watching them play out. I want to thank you again for watching Money Chat Now. Hey, did you hit that share button yet? Come on, share it. You, Tommy, I see you making a whole bunch of comments. Make sure you hit the share button. Hit that like button. And make sure you let me know you enjoy the show. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. From time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to make them. And again, thank you for watching Money Chat Now. We look forward to your continued support, and we will see you tomorrow at 4:03 and talk about earnings. Yay!